Howdy everyone, John here, and today we're going to be looking at the Hollywood Destination 2 bike rack platform style on our 2020 Hyundai Santa Fe. So let's say you and a friend want to take your bikes out and take the Santa Fe out for a little ride. This is a great way to have something that is lightweight, easy to install, and not something that you're going to be fumbling around with whenever you're trying to strap down your bikes. So let's take a closer look at it. So when it comes to weight capacity, it's going to be 35 pounds per bike. So that's going to be good for your road bikes and then some of your smaller mountain bikes. Though keep in mind, that isn't as much as some of the other platform styles. So if you're looking for something that has a little bit more weight capacity, the Kuat Sherpa and NV have just enough to where you can get some of your heavier bikes on there. Now let's also look at some of the placements for tie-down points. We've got two right here on our wheels, and then we have one on the frame. Now that's also going to take away your chances of using this on a carbon frame if you're worried about warping your frame or doing any damage to it. Though this does have padding, so you at least will know that your frame here won't be getting any scratches on it. Now taking a closer look at this pad, as you can see on the inside, softer foam along with this, so it's going to go all the way around and be protective. And as you can see, it's very versatile with how you can move it around. Basically, if you have an odd shaped frame, this is going to be very useful for getting it on there, so that is nice. Now let's take a look on how to take this off. We're going to start with the wheel mounts. You're going to want to hold onto your bike as you do this, just so it doesn't go into the back of your car. Then you're going to come up to the mount. I like to try to pop it out a little bit first, then use this side. As you can see, it's getting out. There we go. And then there is a way, let's say this is a heavier bike for you, you can't handle it as much, or maybe you just have a taller vehicle. You can actually put this down. So we have this little knob. I'm going to undo this, and then we can put the mask down. And from there, we can lift up our bike. Oop, got it stuck a little bit, so that's something to keep in mind whenever you do put it down. You don't want it on top of there. But now you're ready to go on a bike ride. Now, taking a closer look at the bike rack itself, as you can see, with the mast up, we don't have to worry about it hitting the back of our vehicle as it opens up. So you don't have to put this down. It's a little bit easier to get stuff out, obviously, but it's really nice that it comes out far enough to where we can do this. So as you can see, with it down like this, all we want to do is make sure that it's secured. I like to put like this, so obviously it's not going to move around that much. Now let's take a closer look at the wheel mounts. So this strap is going to be very useful whenever you're wanting to hold your bike down. Now a couple measurements to keep in mind when it comes to your tires is you're going to have a maximum tire base of 48 inches, and then your tire size can get up to 3 inches with these. So it isn't the biggest tires that it can handle, but overall it's a good medium. You can also move the strap up and down to these two holes depending on the size of your bike. If you have smaller bikes like kids bikes, you can move it up to this one. So a couple measurements that I want to give you guys. Whenever you're backing up or you're parking, it's always something to keep in mind is how much length do you have coming from the back of your vehicle to the back of your bike rack. So for that, it is going to be 24 inches, which isn't that bad, but it's something to keep in mind. Another measurement I want to give you guys is the ground clearance. Now the ground clearance is important whenever you're going over bumpier terrain or a very high hill, because whenever the top of your vehicle, the front of your vehicle goes up, the back of your vehicle is going to go down. So that's something to keep in mind. Let's see. It is going to be 16 inches right here at the wing. And then at the lowest point at the shank, it is going to be around 12 inches. So that's something to keep in mind. You're actually going to have a raise, which is nice whenever you are going over hillier terrain. Now let's say you're not using it or you're just driving around town with it. A good way to have it in position is to undo this and tilt it up. So you're going to want to undo this knob. Takes a second. Once you get it out, just tilt it up. Don't forget to put it back in place. So let's see how much room did we make by tilting it up. We got about 13 inches, so that has brought it down from 22 to 13. That's going to be nice whenever you're backing up. Let's see how close our bike rack actually gets to our vehicle. It's going to be about 3 inches. Obviously with these, you can push them out of the way or move them up. So it's not going to be specifically 3 inches, but it's just something to keep in mind. That's probably the closest it'll get. So with this tilted up, let's take a look at how it looks on the back of our vehicle. As you can see, it's out of the way of our back windshield, our lights, our license plate, and our backup camera, which is great. It's one of the most compact in this position whenever it comes to platform styles, so you don't have to worry about it being in the way. Plus, another really nice thing is you can open up your back with it in this position. So taking a closer look at the shank, as you can see, we do have a change in rise, so it's going to go up a little bit, but you may be wondering, why is it shaped like this whenever it's a smaller shank? Well, it is a 1 1/4 and 2 inch with an adapter, so if you have a 2 inch like we have here, you'll be able to use it. This also comes with an anti-rattle bolt and a lock. So as you can see, as I'm shaking it, I'm basically just shaking the vehicle. The shank is completely aligned, so you don't have to worry about any jostling when you're going down the road. So my final thoughts on the Hollywood Destination is, overall, for an entry-level platform style, it does its job well. If I was going to recommend, if you have a little bit of extra money and you wanted something with a little bit more premium product, the Kuat Sherpa has a higher weight capacity and some more premium features like locks. But if you're just wanting something that's compact, lightweight, and will keep your bike safe from point A to point B, this is a good bike rack. And that was a look at the Hollywood Destination 2 platform style bike rack on our 2020 Hyundai Santa Fe. My name's John. Thank you for watching.